Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is Ricky Sambo. In today's lesson, we want to revise English. This lesson will help those who are sitting for their exams and their composition that have been predicted in this lesson. So make sure you share and watch this video and comment. So if you are new to this channel, you can subscribe so that you can be notified of other videos that will be posted in other subjects that you'll be writing. It can be GCE exams or internal exams. So the first thing that we have to look at before we look at the composition is transformation. So transformations, you'd find that these are questions that will come. They'll ask you about transformations. So we have to define what transformation is. So transformation, we are saying that is a process of converting one linguistic construction or structure to another. They are also called rewrites. So transformation can be also called rewrites. So you'd find these questions in your exams. So now rewrites, you will not find rules that governs rewrites. But from the structures that you were learning in grade 10, 11, and 12, not only that, even at junior secondary, that is grade 8 and 9, you learned on rules that governs different structures. So here we're going to just look at only 3 rules that you have to follow when writing rewrites. So the first one is, the first rule is substitution. So once you look at substitution, we are seeing that the first thing that you have to understand is that in rewrites, you don't have to change the meaning of the original sentence. So the original sentence will be given, then they'll ask you to change or to rewrite the sentence. So you don't need to change the meaning of the sentence, but you can change how the words have been arranged. So in this case, we are looking at the first rule, which is substitution. So substitution is, this is replacing a word or words with another suitable word. That is the first one. So we can give an example of this so that we understand what we are talking about, so that we know what exactly we are talking about. So that we understand what we are talking about here. Okay, so what we're talking about here is under substitution is that under substitution, you'd find that the example that we can give is, example, I think we can change. Example, we can say, e.g., we are saying that Mwansa handed in her textbook. So meaning that we have to substitute. So the only words that we can substitute is handed in. So we have to find a word that will mean same, or that will have the same meaning with handed in. So we can rewrite to say Mwansa submitted her textbook. So meaning that when you look at here, the meaning hasn't changed, but we've used a rule of substitution where we've replaced handed in with the word substitution. So that is the first one. Now let us look at the second one, which is B here. So B, addition. So this is placing in an appropriate word or words that were not in the sentence in order to maintain the meaning. So meaning that other words are introduced here those words should be necessary and appropriate, that they will not change the meaning of the sentence, but they are going to add also not to change the meaning of the sentence. So we can give an example on addition. So on addition, we can give an example. We can give an example so that we understand what we are talking about. So these questions or these rewrites, you'd find that you're going to find them in an exam. You're going to find them. So we are saying that on addition, so we can say Sitali caught fish using a small net. So the other sentence we can write, so this is the first one. So the second one, we are going to add other words that are not there. So in this case, we are saying that fish were caught. Fish were caught by Sitali using a small net. So in this case, we've substituted or we've added where and also by. So these two words were not there in the first sentence, so they've been added, meaning that when you look at here, Sitali caught fish using a small net. Yes, and then here fish was caught by Sitali using a small net. So that is addition that we've looked at. So let us look at the second one, which is C. The second one, which is C, because we are looking at the first one. So let us look at the second one. The second one here. Okay, so the second one is omission. So the second one is omission. So this is the third one. So the third one, which is omission. So omission. So we are saying that omission, this involves leaving out a word or words from a sentence in order to keep the meaning. So certain words will be omitted. So to omit is to leave out. So other words will be left out. So we can give an example. So let us give an example. So we are saying that a donkey cannot eat A because it is a stupid animal. So now we want to rewrite this sentence. So begin, we are saying that being. So this is the first one, and then the second one is being. So being, that is the begin. So when we say being a stupid animal, so a donkey cannot eat A. So meaning here the sentence hasn't changed, the meaning of the sentence hasn't changed, and we'd find that the words, some of the words have been omitted. So we can see other words that are omitted here, other words. So because has been what? Has been omitted. And then not only that, we are saying that it also is has been what? Has been also omitted there. So these are examples that we can give when we look at rewrites. So let us move. So if you are new to this channel, you can kindly subscribe so that you are updated with the new videos that are posted on this channel. So let us move and look at the compositions. So we are looking at compositions. So the first one that we will look at, so compositions, they usually come. So compositions. So you'll find that the first one that we can look at is letter writing. So letter writing. So under letter writing, you'd find that there are three types of letters. So there are three types of letters. Number one, there is what we call informal, and there is semi-formal, and then the third one is formal letter. So now this letter, this type of letter which is informal, we write it, so it is written to someone we know, very well. So it can be a friend. So a friend, the letter that is written to such a friend is informal. And then semi, so this is written to someone older. So someone older than us. So someone older than us, meaning that if any person you want to write a letter to someone who is older than you, then you use semi-formal, because even the language that you'll be using will be somehow formal. So it can be uncle or father or mother, or it can be a bishop. And then here, this is where now we write to unofficial. So here, formal letter, it is very important that you understand how to write and structure formal letter. And then let us look at structure of these two, which is informal. So informal and semi-formal. So the first one is that you have to write your address. So address, you have to write it. For example, if you are Chibwabwa, so Chibwabwa Mlenga. So Chibwabwa Mlenga, you write, and then plot number. So 2474. And then not only that, you can write where you are located. That is maybe Kabushi Ndola. So that is it. And then you leave a space here. You write the date upon writing this. So meaning that if it is on 1st, or we can say 4th. So 4th July 2023. So that is it, meaning that you're going to score a mark. And then from there, you come here. This one only applies 1. And then you put the salutation, which is dear, the person you're writing to, dear Katapa. So dear Katapa, meaning that is a friend that you're writing to the letter. And then apart from that, we can look at the same. So the first one, the main body or the introduction. So the introduction involves the greetings. So introduction, you look at the greetings. So in the introduction of the letter, so the introduction, you look at the greetings. So introduction. Okay, so introduction, it is the greetings. So greetings, and then we have also the main body. The main body is the purpose. So the purpose of writing the letter. If it is to ask for money or anything, the purpose should be in the main body. And then the conclusion. So conclusion, it means that you conclude, you put in what you wish for, if it is to meet, or if at all the message should be, or the letter should be replied in the quickest possible time, then it means that you've answered on how to write, or how to write formal informal letter. Let us look at the formal, because this formal, they may ask you to write the formal letter. So when they ask you to write the formal letter, what you have to understand is, the first one is that formal letter has two addresses. So number one, we can say Chibwabwa. So Chibwabwa Mlenga. So Chibwabwa Mlenga. So plot number 2474, and then that is Kabushi Ndola, and then from there you write the 4th July 2023, and then here you write the address. For example, if at all you're writing, you're applying for a job somewhere, so we can give an example to the human resource manager. Okay, so the company that you are writing it to, so Tibwezani so group of companies. So PO Box. So PO Box 4444. So where, so it is Ndola, and then you can write Zambia. So it means that here you've gotten a mark, and then here you leave a space. So there must be a space between, so you have to leave a space. So there must be a space between this and this, because the date is not part of the address. And then so here there must be also a space which should be left. So same applies here, the space should be there. So meaning that these are separate. So you're going to score a mark on this one, a mark on this one, a mark. Even the address here, you're going to score a mark. So from there, you're going to move and do to say, dear sir, stroke madam. So the reason is very simple. You don't know the person you're writing it to. So that's why you put dear sir / madam. So apart from that, you'd find that you're going to follow, what will come next is the reference now. So the reference is the one that will follow after the salutation. So after the salutation, the reference now. So here would say reference, So reference can be in capital letters or small letters, so long it should be highlighted. So application for a job, as a cleaner, So applying for a job as a cleaner. So you're applying for a job as a cleaner. So full stop, you can underline. So you can underline so as to highlight. So the reason for underlining is for highlighting. And then the first one is that the introduction. So in the introduction, what should be there is where you got the information from, and you refer to the reference. Example, we are saying that with the reference to the stated subject above, I do hereby apply for a job, and then you continue. So that is on the introduction. And then main body, what should be there in the main body is, number one, introduce yourself. So self introduction. So self introduction. Now under self introduction, introduce yourself, what they want to hear from you. That is the first one. And then the second one is that qualifications. And then the third one is strength. So the strength or weaknesses. Though weaknesses are not necessary. So the strength and the weaknesses, you put them in the main body. And then in conclusion, you would say, you are telling, or you want to tell them the documents. So for example, in conclusion, conclusion. So conclusion. So under conclusion, so you tell them, you ask. So ask them to reply to your request. So request. Apart from that, also you tell them to say all documents necessary are attached to this letter. And then at last you sign. So yours faithfully, and then you sign. After signing, you say Chibwabwa Mlenga. And then if you are male, you put Mr. Or if you are female, you put Miss. And then here you write contacts. And then you put in your contact so that they can contact you if at all you've been awarded a job. So meaning that if you find a letter, make sure don't hesitate to look for other compositions. For example, argumentative, narrative, and then other compositions. Just go direct to letter writing. So I advise my learners to go direct to letter writing. So I advise my learners to go direct to letter writing so that they understand and they know what they are writing about. Okay, so let us move to the second one that we want to look at. So a speech. So a speech, you find that if at all a speech was asked, so speech writing. So speech writing. So speech writing, you'd find that the structure of the speech writing or the format is that the speech should have a title. So the first one, it is the title. Under the title, you'd find that the person giving the speech, so the giver of the speech, should be there. And then not only that, but also occasion. And then not only that, but also the venue. And then not only the venue, but also the date. So that is the first one. So meaning that when you're looking at the title, these four components should be found in your title. And then apart from that, the second one is salutation. So salutation, it is the second one. Salutation is where now you are greeting the people in order. So you greet the people in order. So greet the people in order. So you can start from the highest. So you can start from the highest. Maybe the guest of honor to the lowest. And then apart from the salutation, we can look at the other part, the other component, which is appreciation. So the third one is appreciation. So you appreciate appreciation. You appreciate the people that have come. So you appreciate the people that have come. And then number 4, it is main body. So main body of the speech. So main body of the speech, this is where now you develop the points. So the points should be detailed. So the points should be detailed. Or we can say developed. And then what else are you supposed to be using in this in the main body? So do not beat about the bush. So go direct to the point. So you go direct to the point, then you're going to score marks there. And then the fifth one, it is conclusion. So conclusion. So in the conclusion, you'd find that you're going to end with a statement restating the purpose. So you're going to state the purpose of the speech or the gathering or the occasion So you state. So it means that not only that, thank all people listening. And then the language that you're supposed to be using is the guest of honor. You repeat that language, which is the guest of honor. And then not only the guest of honor, but also you use the paragraph should be short. And then not only that, salutation should be repeated oftenly. And then it should start from the highest to the lowest. And then apart from that, you'd find that you can even quote others, or the form of address. You can be addressing people to say, sir, ladies and gentlemen, the guest of honor, to capture the interest of the listener. So when you write a speech like that, you'd find that you're going to have a distinction in English. So apart from that, the other one that we can look at, apart from the speech, the other composition that we can look at is report writing. So report writing, you can check in my videos. There is a video for how to write a report. So meaning that once you check that video, you'd find that a report will be or you'll be guided on how to write a report. And then the other one, it is profile writing. So profile writing also, I have a video on profile writing you can check through, and then you would find how to write a profile. So these are some of the letters that may come. And then the other one, it is a letter to the editor. So a letter to the editor. So a letter to the editor, this is a formal letter. So formal letter. So how do we write this? So we've looked at how to write a formal letter. So now the difference is here, personal address. So personal address. And then here the date. You leave a space. Here you write to the editor. And then the address. And then apart from that, here you write salutation. So salutation, which is to or dear editor. And then apart from that, reference. So reference is the problem you are addressing. So the problem that you are addressing. And then in the introduction, so introduction, you state the problem. And then apart from that, main body effects of the problem. And then apart from the effects, the conclusion. So conclusion, you bring in solutions now. Solutions. And then from there you can also recommend. So once you write it like that, so it means that you've written the letter to the editor. So the letter to the editor, it is an important letter that may come. So the other one, it is the other one that the composition, the other composition that you come across, and then you shouldn't hesitate to write when they bring such a question. So apart from that, an article. So an article they may bring. Also, it is a letter to the editor where you are supposed to write a letter to the editor. So these are compositions that may come in an exam, and then revise with them, revise on transformation, and I hope you're going to make it and have a distinction in English. So if you're new, you can subscribe for more videos.